we are going to be taking a look at a real mechanic stuff video. And this one is tow truck driver breaks down bonehead towing mistakes. So no, it's not customer states. This is boneheaded tow truck driver mistakes. So, mechanics, get your beverages ready. I think you might need them.
We're here today with a real tow truck driver, and we're going to be breaking down amateur towing fails so you don't have to make the same mistakes. First clip. Okay, so he's towing up a trail with his off-road rigs on the back.
Is that strapped down? Barely. It's barely strapped down with some nylon web tow cables. Oh, they are going to fly off of this trailer.
Back. Ooh.
Oh,
damn.
What kind of...
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that.
Back. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh no. What kind of trailer is
Jumped
that?
out of
Is
his
that, like,
off the
It
hitch.
looks like it.
It looks like a normal flatbed.
And then they added that gooseneck
And
part.
then he added a gooseneck.
A gooseneck is a trailer that hooks up to the bed of the truck. And then you have your traditional bumper pulls where you hook it up to the bumper.
Do you recommend adding a gooseneck?
Yeah, it's... Well, they said that they were using a gooseneck on this. What?
It looks like it.
Yeah, they had this gooseneck where it like bolts into the pickup truck bed.
It looks like it.
It looks like a normal flatbed.
I don't think it's an
And then
actual
they added
fifth
that
wheel,
gooseneck.
And then he
Shadows.
added a gooseneck.
A gooseneck is a trailer that hooks up to the bed of the truck. And then you have your traditional bumper pulls where you hook it up to the bumper.
Do you recommend adding a gooseneck?
No.
No. You should just buy a
Because
gooseneck.
look at the structure on the trailer, it's really small. Gooseneck trailers usually can take more weight.
Because it centers the payload on
Yeah.
the axle. They drive differently though, right?
Yeah, they do it. It's actually
True.
more
Zip
stable
ties,
with the
very
gooseneck
true.
trailer. I'm a tow truck driver and I tow cars.
Philly actually was the one towing high and low Z when some idiot rear-ended his trailer.
Drunk driver.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Have you done any towing on trails like this, like off-road?
Usually I walk the path and I make sure it's not that dangerous, but right there I can tell that it's pretty bad. He probably took a different route or he probably couldn't reverse and go back the same way.
Because normally when you go off-roading, there's a staging area so that you can park everything and then drive your buggies in. They just look like they went as far in as
They wanted to take the easy route.
Maybe they're not even there yet.
Yeah.
They just started. That would
Oh,
suck.
that's not true.
They had a friend that said, oh, I know a spot.
I know a spot, bro. The buddy back there waiting. All right, cool. Next clip.
Oh
Damn.
wow.
Damn.
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your Taco Bell.
I've seen a lot of boat ramp accidents. Like even people forget they're in reverse and just. That's what I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he didn't chuck his wheels. He was backing up and then he grabbed some water. It's pretty slippery down there.
Oh, okay. So the wheels just
Yeah.
slid in.
It slid and then there's no turning back from there.
The brake's not gonna save you. They're spinning. They're sliding.
Game over, bro.
Game over, man. I've seen sometimes
Yeah.
where people just back too far.
Oh, yeah, that
in,
truck
like
is
they get
fucked.
the rear wheels.
That truck is fucked, and the insurance ain't gonna pay for it either. Insurance will not pay you for that.
In the water because they want to make sure the boat's all the way submerged, and then it's just really tough for them to get out because most boat guys are usually
Sir,
too
this is a
rough.
Wendy's.
In a situation at a boat ramp like this, you're unloading your boat, you back in. Like, what would you recommend people do
Have a friend. Make sure you're not all the way into the edge.
besides chalk blocks?
Yeah.
What other ways could they have prevented this from happening.
They should have called a professional.
Call a pro?
Hopefully he turned it off.
I hope so too. But that truck's probably not too expensive anymore.
It's only a Ford.
You have all Dodges, don't you?
Yeah, all Dodges.
Hey.
I used to have a Chevy.
What made you switch to Dodge? The Cummins?
The Power, yeah, the Cummins.
Yeah. Let's sync on into that next clip. Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Oh,
Call
some
the
is
cops.
worth. Oh
Why
my
not put it
god.
in the bed of the truck.
Right?
You got two dudes there. There's one.
Why not lay it the fuck down? Why does it have to be upright? Lay it down on its side. Seriously, why does it have to be upright? Yeah, okay, this deserves the song. This deserves the song. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
One
True.
guy at least driving. That's 3 people to pick it up or
bad.
lay it down.
They laid the other part down.
This had to
Yep.
be a joke.
I was towing a sim. and
Oh, a sim
a
rig?
sim rig, and I told my friend, I'm like, let's strap it down and then
Stay in it.
stay in it, and I was driving it.
That's fun. But you strapped it down.
Yeah, they didn't strap that fridge.
What's the top speed he could have gone? With this?
5 miles per hour
Oh man. And then hit the brakes hard. Maybe then it'll go into
into the bed.
the bed where it's supposed to be. What's the sketchiest tow situation you've seen?
Oh, I think the sketchiest one I've seen is a forklift. They were towing a forklift with the hooks, with the forks, like in the middle, not even down.
Oh
And
no.
I almost called the cops.
That's
Hey, like towing a forklift with the forks not down. That's just looking for basically to turn that thing into a freaking harpoon. Like you hit a. You're just looking to turn this thing into a weighted fucking harpoon. To go right through someone's windshield. Oh, yeah. GBP, yes. Yes.
It's actually really bad. Forklift rule number 1. I'm forklift certified. Okay. Always put the
I am
forks
too.
down on
I
the
am
ground.
too.
Never up. Always flat. You don't just go down
Yes.
and lay 'em. You actually have to go almost down and then tilt it
Tilt it.
forward. Damn.
Actually, what I did, cause in my last job, I did have to get forklift certified because of the storage area. They certified me for forklift operations. Granted, it was not a gas-powered forklift. It wasn't a big forklift. It was like an electric stand-up forklift. And what we would do is we would lower the forks down till they basically till they hit the ground, and then we would pivot the forks down even further so the tips of the fork were basically flush with the ground. That is typically how you would place the fork, adjust the forklift when we would do storage. Robo, it depends on the forklift in question. The forklift that I got trained on and certified on was not very difficult. You basically had a forward and back. The steering was basically a crank style steering. It wasn't like, it wasn't like a wheel, it was like a crank style steering. And it's like the most difficult part was orienting your brain because it's very limited controls. It was almost like similar to like a HOTAS control with the throttle and fork controls on the left hand and then the steering on the right, and it was just orienting your brain to remember what movements did what. So once once you got some practice on it in terms of like, okay, that movement's gonna make me go forward, that's gonna make me go back. This cranking this way will pivot it this way unless I'm going in reverse. This is how you raise and lower the forks. This is how you pivot the forks. Once you orient your brain to remembering all that, it wasn't difficult. And before too long, I could just if it was ever needed, I could just jump in there and zip around in that thing and pull down pallets or whatever in 5 seconds. It's just getting your brain oriented to remembering how those controls work. And good night, Stinger Man.
I'm sure don't keep it in movement with the forks up in the middle. Oh my
That was
god,
pretty bad, yeah.
because that's what impales people. Next clip.
Oh, God.
This we just call, that's not how you tow
Oh,
a bike.
no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
That is not how
Oh,
you tow a bike.
Jesus.
There's payload, there's towing capacity. So payload is on top of the axle. Towing capacity is essentially
Pulling.
behind, is what you're pulling. What do you call this? This is like hanging.
He probably repoed it. Can't imagine if they caught the guy like at a gas station, they hooked it up and
Dude, oh my god.
he hopped on
Oh.
and maybe they just yanked it, you know?
How do they normally repo
They
motorcycles?
might have.
In a flatbed.
A flatbed,
In a
right?
flatbed, yeah.
Or just
Yeah.
a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Ramp
Or-
it.
Falcon, what are cool wheels? What do you define as cool wheels? Like the forklift I drove was basically rollers. It did the forklift I drove didn't even have wheels, it had rollers. So I'm guessing probably not.
Or
Thing
pickup.
is.
Repo guys are basically stealing your car, you know?
Yeah, we did a repo episode one time. If you're interested in that, you should check this one out right here. Yes, we know. November was an actor. Doesn't mean he didn't actually tow cars at some point, all right? I've actually seen like buy here, pay here, like dealerships have a repo side to their business because they're just repoing the same
Really?
cars. Let's drag our way into this.
If your car dealership actually has a repo division, maybe it might be time to start reevaluating your customer base. Instead of needing to have a repo division because you are constantly repossessing vehicles. Huh?
This next clip. Oh no.
Oh God.
damn, that's-
Oh no. Oh
Ooh,
God.
I can
Oh
already see
God.
what they did wrong right there. He's towing 2 trailers. Here in California, I
Yeah.
think that's illegal.
Well, that means it's not illegal
In
in
other
somewhere
states.
like Florida, which I bet this is where this was.
The wobble
I can't tell by the license plates.
thing, the Razor is backwards. Since Razors have the engines in the back, you want to
Yeah.
have the weight in the front. That's why it's wobbling. And he's not going that fast either.
And then now that the Razor's wobbling, it's causing the RV to wobble. Countless times we've seen videos like this where eventually they just tail whip and they start rolling. So what is a proper way of having...
All right. Chat.
That's why it's wobbling. And he's not going that.
Chat. That. Go ahead. You're wanting to do it. Chat. Wobble. Let me see it. I know you're wanting to. Go on. Go on. I'm giving you free reign for the wobble right now. Don't waste it. Yes, give me the wobbles. Okay, that's a tongue lick. There we go. There's a wobble. There's a wobble. Now we're getting some wobbles. Oh, you don't say 10? Aww.
That fast either.
And then now that the Razor's wobbling, it's causing the RV to wobble. Countless times we've seen videos like this where eventually they just tail whip and they start rolling. So what is a proper way of having a tandem trailer kind of situation like this?
Usually from what I've seen on semi-trucks, they have like FedEx
Yes.
FedEx trucks,
FedEx
they
does
have
this a lot.
2 boxes. What I've noticed is that it's the same size box.
Okay, so
It's not a small one and a big one. Yeah.
The length of the trailer is the same. You don't get a staggered setup.
Yeah, and then sometimes they have like a tandem, kind of like a dolly for the other trailer. So it's not actually hooked up to like the front container.
Yeah,
That's actually
GBP, that's
pretty
what they're
smart.
so.
So
That's
this
insane.
is just attached to the
trailer.
to the
RV.
trailer. It looks like it's at a weird angle as well. And then too much of the weight is towards the rear.
Towards the back, yeah.
There's a really cool video of like a treadmill, of like a truck towing,
And
and
they
they put the weight
Cool.
evenly. They put it all towards the rear, and they put it all towards the front. Very, very, very good example of what not to do and what to do in this situation.
Yeah, if you're ever gonna tow a
Yes.
car, I suggest watching that video.
All right, so we got a wrecked drift car getting hauled off. Looks like they lifted it a little high.
They're going too high. They're going too high. They're going too high.
Still going
Why are
higher.
you still going up?
Ooh, that's a bad day.
Fuck.
Oh, this is an oval track. So that's a really steep bank, and I bet the tow truck driver was trying to compensate for that, or he didn't compensate for it.
Yeah,
he
he
should have
lowered it right there.
There are no straps.
Yeah, he didn't strap it at all. It's on a flat
No.
surface, you don't need them, but right there, since he's going out of the track.
You know what? You know why I'm betting he didn't strap it? It sounded like maybe they're listen to the background.
Oval track. So, wreck drift car.
They're just watching that video.
Just listen.
All right, so we got a wreck drift car getting hauled off. Looks like they lifted it a little high.
Am I guessing? The reason why they didn't strap it is they were trying to get it off the track fast. Cause I think I was hearing other cars tearing around that track. I think that, so they were probably just trying to get it off the track fast so it was not obstructing the track. And that's why they didn't strap it down. Now, as far as him raising it, well, but that you just fucked up. They were right. Like, they should not have been raising the forks here. They should have been lowering the forks as they got up.
That's a bad day. The tow truck driver was trying to compensate for that, or he didn't compensate for it.
Yeah, he should have lowered it right there.
There are no straps.
Yeah, he didn't strap it at all. It's on a flat surface, you don't need them, but right there, since he's going out of the track, he should have strapped the wheels right there.
He just did it all wrong. Made this dude's bad day a worse day. That car is still worth $6,000 at least.
He probably broke down. I don't think he crashed at the bank. The damage looks on the driver's side.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That front fender looks pretty beat. So maybe it's only being held on by one wheel. Then at that point, why not flat?
Strap it.
Yeah,
Strap it.
Strap it up. Come on, man.
Or better yet, you want to get off the track, pull and turn. So you're sideways, you're off the track, you've got off the track, you're not going up this huge embankment yet, and then you can strap it in and then facilitate getting it off. This guy just tried to rush it. He probably had people yelling at him saying, come on, hurry, you gotta get off the track, you gotta get off the track, and had people yelling at him, and he rushed it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That front fender looks pretty beat. So maybe it's only being held on by one wheel. Then at that point, why not flat?
Strap it.
Yeah,
Strap it.
Strap it up. Come on, man.
Well, probably the other drift guys were like, just get it out quick.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
the grass
yeah,
is
yeah,
interior.
yeah,
They
yeah.
probably didn't want to
Strap
go
the
that
thing
route.
out.
I've actually pulled people from the track.
Oh, yeah?
When I drift
He
too.
drifts. Yeah, Philly drifts. Check him out. He also makes memes. Actually pretty funny.
Some skits. Yeah, when I go to the track, sometimes like on competitions, people crash and hit the walls, and I mean, you want to get as much practice as you want, so I just get my truck and pull them out.
At a racetrack, is there like a designated tow guy or recovery team, or do they have to hire actual professionals to be there?
Yeah, sometimes they have their own people. I've seen it a lot, and sometimes they'll hire me or they'll ask me.
I know most racetracks, to have a race day, you have to have
Yeah.
a fire crew.
They have a fire crew,
Yep.
It
and
costs money.
yeah, and they'll have somebody with the Suburban with the tow strap. But sometimes like cars get pretty beat up, so
Yeah.
you need a flatbed.
flatbed.
You need to take them out.
Drifting is
Eh?
hard. Next clip. Oh, I see. All right, so we got
Oh,
this,
God.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Oh, my
And
God.
it's still going. Still going. Hauling away a VW bug.
I think on those you have to unlock the
God.
front wheels, the steering. It seems like they left.
I wonder. Hang on.
VW bug.
I think on those you have to unlock the front wheels, the steering. It seems like they left it locked towards the left, or maybe the way it was parked. You know, it was probably easier to grab it from the rear. He's not getting paid enough.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to show this on this episode. That reminded me of the guy. This here reminded me of this guy doing this. This happened like several months ago. I remember Charlie talked about it, where a repo guy was going to go to repossess a pickup truck. And while the repo guy was hooking up the truck, the owner came out, started shit with the repo guy, and the guy jumped into the repo truck and fucking took off with it and was just swinging that truck all over the fucking place. Like, he drove like a bat out of hell. I'm wondering if this is the same thing. Yeah, fishy, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if the owner of this VW, if this is a repo truck and the owner of this VW came out, jumped in the repo truck, and took off. I'm wondering if it's the same thing. Because it could be, because that looks like a repo truck. That does not look like a regular tow truck. That absolutely looks like something a repo guy would have. I'm also wondering where this is. If this is, I think this is in the UK. I also think this might be in the UK because of the line, the houses and the line markings on the street. This might actually be occurring in the UK. So it may not be US. Yeah, a lot are revving, and then but also a lot of but there are also repos that basically will outfit pickup trucks and not be actual tow trucks. They'll outfit pickup trucks with like a boom arm.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That looks like the elongated license plate right there. So yeah, I think this is in Britain. I think this is in Great Britain. I don't think it's in the US.
And he's still going, hauling away a VW Bug.
I think on those, you have to unlock the front wheels, the steering. It seems like they left it locked towards the left. Or maybe the way it was parked, it was probably easier to grab it from the rear. He's not getting paid enough. Yeah, I've made a couple mistakes in the beginning.
That might have been the owner taking off with that one.
I was hauling my friend's like a really old Chevy. We were gonna take it to the body shop, and my trailer had some D-rings. I have those ratchet straps that have a hook.
Yeah.
So I hooked it. But then with all the bouncing around, eventually like it got loose, and then that hook fell off. So
somewhere you think, Neural? It's possible. It's definitely not US.
And it hit my truck.
So one of the things about straps, they do loosen over time. I mean, it's recommended that once you drive like 5 miles to check them again.
Pull out, because they settle.
When you're braking, the momentum pulls the car forward. So you need to have straps pulling it back. Right?
And forward, yeah.
And then when you're accelerating, the car is going backwards. So you need something to pull it forward. And then they're constantly fighting each other.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Tug of war.
There's many different ways and styles to strap it down. It doesn't really matter what you do as long as you do it. Just keep checking. Keep checking those straps.
Oh God.
No. Oh.
Oh.
Damn,
fuck.
my neck hurt.
Well, here's what pisses me.
Oh God.
Do it. Just
Let's see it again.
Keep checking those straps. Oh no. Oh.
Jesus. I am honestly surprised that it did not tear the bumper off this one. Yeah, you're supposed to do it slowly and at and it's something of an angle. Like, you can't just go straight and go yoink. Because guess what happens? This. Yeah, this is a bunch of guys who are just like, yeah, this'll work. Just give it a really hard tug. That'll get me out of it.
Oh, God.
Damn, my neck hurt.
Well, here's what pisses me off about this video. The
Oh,
other
he
trucks
did,
on
Leo.
his brakes the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
They bet.
Oh my God, he's right. I didn't notice that.
Pisses me off about this video.
Look at this.
The other truck's on his brakes the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, I thought that was me. I'm looking over at my I'm looking over at my alerts because I'm hearing the anime in the video. I thought it was my stream going off. Yeah, his dumbass buddy is on the brakes. Oh my God.
They bet the taco wouldn't budge it, so they did it on purpose. You're already in a situation. Why make it worse? What would be the proper way to do this recovery?
I would take it slow. Air down my...
Wait. Hang on. Let me see something here.
To do this recovery.
I would take it slow. Air down my
Okay.
tires.
I wasn't sure if this guy's tires were spinning backwards or not, like he was trying to do opposing force. But no, they spun forward.
On that white truck, get the guy off the brakes.
Brakes. Yanked Still on brakes, now he's off the brakes. Get off the f***ing brakes!
And then also he's going
Oh my
sideways.
You wanna
God.
follow the line
Yeah,
that the
follow the
truck
line.
needs to come out of.
Yeah, have your strap straight.
What kind of damage are we looking at here?
Frame, bumpers, maybe
Necks.
suspension. I've seen people hook up cars from like the tie rods, you know?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I don't know what kind of strap that is, but it doesn't look like a yank strap.
Yeah, there's some special
Oh.
straps. They absorb the.
Well, what's funny is, based on the positioning we're seeing
Out
with this
of?
guy,
Yeah, have your
when they come
strap
back,
straight.
What kind of damage are we looking at here?
From like the tie rods, you know?
hang on, let me see if we can get
Yeah.
another good shot of
I
it.
don't know what kind
I've seen people hook up
Oop,
cars
hang on.
from like the tie rods, you know?
And here's the thing, I think that this guy high-centered on all this dirt here. I don't think his tires necessarily bogged down too badly. It almost looks like he high-centered the vehicle, which you don't need to fucking yoink the thing like this to get it off the... This is dirt. It's soft dirt. You did not need to do this. You dumbass.
strap?
Yeah, there's some special straps. They absorb the impact. Yeah, but that doesn't look like it.
This looks like a flat strap, which means you should have stretched it all the way out slowly and then just pulled forward. Off the brakes.
Yeah.
In this next clip, we're gonna see what happens when you try to clear the road on your own instead of wait for the professionals. Roll it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got the Jeep XJ
Bye-bye
and a
bumper.
big old boulder.
Bye-bye bumper.
Got the wheel wobble in the front. Hell yeah.
The death wobble.
Hell yeah.
He actually did a pretty good job.
I would say.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we're making fun of it. It worked. I mean, yeah, but the front tire was jumping,
Got the.
but he got it. He got this giant fucking boulder off the road. He didn't, like, you know, he's torn up some rubber, but he got it done. He got it fucking
Got
done.
the wheel wobble in the front. Hell yeah.
The death wobble.
Hell yeah.
He actually did a pretty good job.
I would say he did a pretty
Yeah.
decent job. He got a little fast.
Yeah, he got excited.
So how do you stop that rock once it's moving?
Yeah, that could have gone bad.
Since you're the big truck guy on the block, right? Have you ever had to remove a bunch of junk?
Well, Kevin, I'm guessing he might not have had strapped to the frame. I'm guessing that might have actually had like a tow hitch to it, or at least a tow hitch mount. And they probably ran the I'm thinking they ran this to probably like the tow hitch mount, which I believe is actually bolted to the frame itself. So kind of, sort of, Kevin, you are right about being strapped to the frame, but I'm guessing, considering this is a Jeep, I think that's a Jeep. They probably use like the tow hitch mount for it, and they just kind of ran it through that tow hitch mount.
Yeah.
He actually did a pretty good job.
I would say he did a pretty once it's moving.
Yeah, that could have gone bad.
Since you're the big truck guy on the block, right? Have you ever had to remove a bunch of junk from a road?
I removed the tree at my friend's house. He had he cut a tree, but he wanted to take it out from the
Yeah,
roof.
it looked like a
And
JDP.
we used the dually. That
Nice.
thing was big. It was as big as that rock.
That's about what this guy
Yeah.
did, yeah. And let's drag our way into the next clip. All right, so we got us a wrecker trying to
no.
haul a bus.
Damn, it's got
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh
he's pulling up
God!
instead of like
pulling
straight.
up,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's pulling up. That's why it lifted like that.
You ever been in the gym and you put too much weight on the thing and you pick yourself up? That's what's happening right here. What's the
Yep.
right equipment for this type of job?
You need a big
You need
wrecker.
The semi-truck, tow truck.
The semi-truck type
Yeah.
trucks, yeah. And they're always so pretty. Why are they always so pretty?
Because you don't use them a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And you charge a lot for those.
And that's
No,
the,
it
that's
is
the
not
expensive
fishy. It
one,
is
too.
not
just
the
to
right
get there,
rig.
it's I think it's 500.
Just to
and
leave the parking
Just to leave
lot.
just to leave the spot. It's like 500 bucks.
They come in looking all shiny. All
There we go.
All the lights everywhere. They make Sandro jealous.
Now that's the rig
What's
you
the
need to
heaviest thing you've had
use.
to haul?
I picked up a shuttle bus in San Diego. I took my wedge trailer, and it was pretty sketchy because you can't really take it all the way
Yeah, you
to the
can't
top
go-
because
Right.
you're gonna reach your limit. It was scary because you don't want to have all the weight in the back and then
Right.
wobble.
Physics is not your friend. You have to just play by their rules. Next clip.
See, he's smart.
Oh.
He's using the winch.
That's a big
Okay.
winch. Now it's rolling.
Uh-oh.
Now the truck's
Uh-oh.
rolling. Truck wasn't in park.
Oh fuck!
Hopefully it doesn't flip the tow truck.
Oh no!
I saw that coming.
Oh no!
He's gonna need a tow truck for his tow
God.
truck.
What's the #1 rule when you're flipping something over?
Chuck your wheels.
Or just put it in park. Because it didn't roll in park, that's for sure. Damn.
Damn.
That is an expensive boo-boo. Oh, and that was one of those beautiful semi-wreckers that just died.
All right, another repo guy. Another front-wheel drive car with the wheels on the ground. Have you ever had to tow a car that's just locked
I mean,
up?
if it's got to be done, it's got to be done.
It's like a little triangle. They're plastic. You slide them
Oh.
into the front of the wheel. You pull it, and then essentially it just goes on top of the skate. They're called skates. And then you can drag it.
Oh. Yeah,
Neat.
countless times I had neither winch or skates.
I
The
think I've
trailer
seen an
ramp has those
episode or
big
two,
gaps in it,
Shadows,
so
a
you
while
gotta
ago.
Push the car over each ramp.
Yeah.
Ah! Towing is fun.
Happy Friday.
Next clip.
Damn, the tow truck that was broke down is broke down.
Oh my
no.
God!
Tow truck inception, tow truck flatbed, and tow truck just broke down. Gotta get
And so now they're gonna have to get the heavy wrecker to come and pick up the flatbed that was towing the boom arm tow truck. Oh my God! This is too good. This is just, yeah. That's what they've been saying. You're repping the fucking tow truckception.
another one.
And they're both red. Hopefully they
both
call a red tow truck.
Do tow trucks break down a lot?
Yeah, I've seen some friends.
Why?
They tow their own cars, and I've picked them up before.
No. Your truck's pretty reliable.
Yeah, we've taken it far, huh?
Yeah, I drove his truck to North Carolina from California.
Oh, that's true.
Oh wow!
Fucking trailer almost set fire on us. That was
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. I still have that mark on my toolbox.
Oh, yeah.
Where the smoke.
We pulled into Chicago and opened up the box. Was like, what happened? Turns out some of the fucking hose landed on the battery. Something spun.
He almost caught my truck on fire.
We almost lost our whole project. The whole thing.
We would have been reacting to that video right now.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Philly, for stopping by. He tows all of our stuff. So make sure you hit him up at.
Philly's toes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out our other Towing Fails video. Check out our new Real Mechanic Stuff merch at donutmedia.com. Peace.
Oh goodness. Those were some.
Pro tip: if you want to tow without straps, just smack the item twice and proclaim, "That bad boy ain't going nowhere." Then no force in the universe can remove that item.
You've unlocked the hack, Revan. You unlocked the hack. Bravo.